welcome to Miss Smart Muses. Welcome to Miss Smart Muses, where we muse upon what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off. Well, today we're talking about things that make me laugh and has made me cry, has really ticked me off, and all the emotions. It is the Elder Scrolls. For me, more particularly Skyrim. I have not played any of the games besides Skyrim, except, wait, I think I did. I played a portion of one of the other ones. But in general, the Elder Scrolls and anything in that world. As usual, I am joined all the way from the future, and from a very northern latitude, the one, the only, the Viking himself, Steve Kenobi.
Hello.
Hello, how's the future?
Uh, well, we still have one.
Okay, so there is a future. All right, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good to know. And my flower from another power, Chrysanth, I think I just made that up right now. Hello, everyone, she says. Yes, I saw you over on Lady Gravemaster's channel. Yes, you did just end. She was feisty tonight. Thank you for being here, as always. And Salty Traveling Sea is here. Elder Scrolls rocks. So many hours spent in that world. You have no idea. I think I've spent half of my life playing Skyrim. It's something else. I tried to get into one of the other ones, but I had trouble. I wish they would finally come out with the next one, for crying out loud. Apologies in advance, says Chrysanth. I might fall asleep on you too. That's all right. That's all right. You know, we like to put people to sleep. We like to wake people up here at Miss Martin Muses. We like to be happy people. I cannot think of a greater compliment, and I'm so happy that you are here. And everyone that is coming in, I see you. Oh, whoop. I should have shared this stream out, and I'll do it before I get rebuked. I will get rebuked. Well, Steve, why don't you tell us a little bit about your history with the Elder Scrolls? How did you first hear about it? When did you start playing it?
Well, first one
Really?
was out in, when was it? 94 or 95? Elder Scrolls Arena. It was made after the developers realized, shit, Ultima Underworld broke new ground with first-person RPGs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you can blame Richard Garriott for it a little bit.
Oh, I love. But yeah, you're the one that brought me on to him.
Yeah. So, but I played that one a little bit, but it kept, it was buggy.
Mm-hmm.
And imagine the bugs you have with Skyrim, right? But no way to patch it because it was all on floppy back then.
Mm-hmm.
But they did manage to. How do I put this? They got the whole damn game on a few floppies, which I thought was amazing, especially since the first game has all the provinces. You can go to Skyrim, Morrowind, and all of the places. However, you can basically the game kind of generates areas as you walk along, so it's not, the whole thing isn't kind of set in stone. And apparently, it took 40 hours if you walk from the east end of the map all the way as far as you can on the west end. So 40 hours in front of the screen, just walking.
Holy moly.
And they did that on floppy disks. And then I did not play the second one. I just simply didn't have a computer strong enough at that time, I think. But I did play the third one, Morrowind, when it came out. That was a big deal. It was also released on the original Xbox.
Now, was Morrowind the one I played, or is that the one?
No, I think you played Oblivion, which is the fourth one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's how much I know.
Yeah, and then I played Oblivion a lot, and then Skyrim happened, and I played that a lot. and then I went back and played Daggerfall. And you can get a fan-made Daggerfall on GOG now uh, for free. So it's kind of an updated version of it. It's not completely remade, but it's very much freshened up.
Huh. Well, you heard it here first. My gosh. I do, since you brought it up, I'm getting together here an image from the original Elder Scrolls. You said it's the Elder Scrolls Arena. Oh my gosh, this thing is so primitive, but it's, probably so cool too. Let me go ahead.
Potato Raven, not all of them are free.
Oh,
Yeah, you still have to buy Oblivion and Skyrim and Morrowind, but Arena and Daggerfall are free on GOG.
Oh, okay. I wish they trust me. I wish they were free. Skyrim. I don't know how much money I've spent on Skyrim. Okay, here it is. I have no idea what this is, but maybe you do.
It's Arena.
Oh yeah. Oh, let me make it clear. Yes, this is Arena, but like, what are we looking at? Even the way it's being.
This is probably in Skyrim, given the snow. The game actually has weather effects. It's pretty good for a game that old.
Okay. Yeah, the Irish. I love the Irish. And look at the little. Is that a little lamppost or? I don't know what that is. Imperial. Wait, did I lose you? Hello?
No.
Oh. It's Imperial City, right there. The thing behind the person.
Yeah, it's a lamppost.
Okay. And all right, never mind.
All the cities look like huge cities in Arena. You actually have to ask people for directions if you want to find the right stores and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cyril Sasson says, great thing about Elder Scrolls are all the mods. That is correct. And yes, I have seen the trailer for that. Yeah, when we get to Skyrim, I'm gonna know what the F I'm talking about. Let me put it to you that way. I just don't know. But gosh, that's amazing. And there's no real update on the next one. It's sometime in the future.
Yeah, there's been a little reveal trailer thing from 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. And nothing's been updated. And they even re-showed it on that little feature thing they had on the whatever you call it, that what they did last Saturday. It was what they did last Saturday, where it was a preview. I forget what they called it. And then I got so excited because I saw Elder Scrolls and then the Bastards. I'm like, that's the thing we've seen 200,000 times. I see your question, Assassin. I'll get to it in just a second. Potato Ribbon says, in Arena and Daggerfall, I have no idea. It looked like a green cow man. It was changed, and it had to be put into the lore that the Daedra James formed. Supposedly, the next Elder Scrolls will be in High Rock.
Yeah, okay. Or High Rock and a lot of places, right? Because it could be that it's more than one area. But from the reveal trailer, it looks like one of them, two of the mountains or whatever in High Rock. That's what people have been guessing.
Ah, well, there you go. More than what I know.
Which is also where Daggerfall was set.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, Daggerfall. Okay. Supposedly the next. You play Skyrim, don't know Malag Ball. How dare? Oh, the Daedric thing. Okay, I think that it wasn't quite correctly. Oh, I see what you're spelling. Okay, there. My fault, man. Maxima culpa. Hammerfall has been it has been confirmed according to Potato Ribbon. Okay. All right, speaking of which, let's go to the world I know. Now, these are shots. This is not quite the way it looks in the game. Are these from the online version?
No,
Perhaps? No?
could be modded.
Could be modded, yeah. So some of these shots, if they're not exactly perfection, Nocturnal over Molag Bal. Okay, and to go to your question, Teresa, Imperial or Stormcloak, it depends on the character I'm playing. My original character, I decided to make her an Imperial, and she was what? Caracia? Gosh, what was her name? Because it was kind of a little bit of a Teresa mix. And then when I played a Nord, I of course was a Stormcloak.
You
And
know what?
usually,
The dark elves, no, sorry, the high elves are basically trying to destroy the world so they can get back to their original form.
hmm,
And the high elves uh, basically started the rebellion
mhm.
or the civil war, and they're siding with the Imperials with me, which is a very good indication that you should not side with the Imperials.
Ooh, well, there you go. I think in general, I usually just only do the Stormcloaks, except for in that case. Um, it is interesting though when I play. Well, I've been known to make my men really sexy when I play the men. Like I made a Faramir, and I made it. I spent a long time tweaking it to make him look just like Faramir. And then when I played a dark elf, I wanted to call her Dritsta because it's like Dritst from the Forgotten Realms books, but allegedly that's not okay. Liars, whatever. I will school you. Oh my gosh. Hey, Potato Reverend, remember, you're in the future. I'm in the past. I want to have a future. Windhelm, Jorgen Windcaller, the Jarl of the Stormlands. Yeah, I like playing the Gajit. When I played the Gajit, I did. What is it? I did it with her claws. So I thought that was fun. So if you think about a cat, they fight with their front claws. This was your idea, Steeg rather. And then I made it that she would have like a sword, a one-armed sword in each hand. So it was like an extension of her claws when she fought. And that was so much fun. I really enjoyed doing that. And look who it is. It's Ancient One. Yay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Beloved Rose in a Flower Pot. Thank you very much. Yes, and please, everyone, please keep watching my stuff. I do appreciate it. I'm getting my watch hours. Hello, Soul Assassin. So this is Riften. I love hanging out in Riften. It is so much fun. And it's a waterfront town with a fishery. It's also the home of the Thieves Guild, and where you do your first kill for the Dark Brotherhood. There's the orphanage, and there's this horrible, horrible woman, and so you go in and you kill her, and all the kids start jumping up and down and cheering after you just slaughtered her. It's pretty awful, actually. Potato Rim says the High Elves are descended from the Aldemar, the children of the Aedra. They believe that being alive in mortal form is cursed, so their goal is to ascend to godhood or spirit from at least. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and to do that, they need to kind of destroy some kind of places in the world, and a few of them have been destroyed, kind of like landmarks. And when they succeed, the world will end, kind of, and they will descend back to their original form, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. I must admit I'm quite weak on the lore part of it. I know the story of Skyrim, and I know all the side quests, but I don't necessarily know the stuff behind all of
Yeah, there's a lot of psychedelic stuff. You know, the guy who wrote Morrowind, or a lot of the quests for it, he went on a drug-induced binge when writing it. I'm
So,
not. Yeah, he locked himself up and did a shitload of drugs.
so he put it in his pipe and he smoked it, and out came the game. Wow! I should
Oh
have.
no, it wasn't smoking.
It was snorting.
It was harder stuff.
Oh my goodness gracious! Well, you heard it here first. Actually, I do not endorse this, but I guess if you wanted to make an award-winning video game, go ahead. And of course, Ancient One is saying hello to us, and then Stiganka, the Avatar Viking squirrel. I know.
He's obsessed with rodents.
There's so much lore, it's crazy, says Soul Assassin. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And originally, you know, since the Elder Scrolls is called, you know, the first one is called Arena, it was actually designed to be, or they were going for arena battles where you would travel the world and fight in arenas, and that would be it. But then it just grew and grew and grew.
That's interesting. Well, I do remember being a gladiator in Oblivion.
Yeah, and you have the poster outside is the cover art, I think, for the Arena video game. Something like that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I think I might have seen that in some of the images I sought out. Let me see if I can bring it up. Potato Ribbon says the tower is white gold tower. The crystal tower, the Byzantium all need to be destroyed, and there is a tower in Isu. You can see the tower the Adria met to decide Gorkin's fate. The hero is Miek the Liar is Gorkin.
Yeah, the Miek the Liar is a Khajiit, I believe, that shows up in at least 3 of the games, and when he should have been dead from old age.
Well, you heard it here first. I heard it here first. I'm feeling very ignorant. Seek says, or sorry, Ancient Kenobi says, Ancient One. Oh my gosh, I don't even know your name. Now that I think about it, Miss Martin Mises, you should play an Elder Scrolls Skyrim gaming session with a character who looks exactly like Steve Kenobi and host it as a live stream. Well, they don't let you play as a squirrel. I
think you meant orc.
Oh, no, that is not true. I will not allow you to say that about yourself. All right, let's go on. Let's see. This is definitely an artistic rendering of White Run. I love this little armory place here. I use this one a lot. And then the bowing area, this is where you can get some bows. And then there's your house. I like that house. It's the first one that you can buy. You get it after you become Thane of Whiterun, after you kill the dragon for the first time. Steve, question, says Potato Ribbon. Do you think that the deep ones Dwemer made it to oblivion, or they died?
You do find ghosts of the Dwemer in Morrowind. So some of them died. I don't know. It could be some kind of. I bet you they're gonna have like a cool reveal. You know, oh yeah, the Dwemer are back, and you can play as a new race or something, right?
Huh. Okay. Jacob says, "Good night, Teresa Stegan chat. Thank you, and good night. I hope you get your electricity back." Ancient One says, "LOL, I meant by Miss Martin Mises playing Elder Scrolls Skyrim as a human character who looks." Oh, well, I'm not gonna dox Stieg. I'm not gonna say what he looks like. Well, every now and then you have doxed yourself, but for some reason it looks a lot like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Conan the Barbarian.
Well, I've shown my face on YouTube before.
Oh, you have? Oh, okay. I wanted to make that clear, but that's okay. But good night. Oh, everyone's saying good night. All right. So I like Whiterun. That's a fun place. And here's another one. This drove you nuts, but not as bad as Riften. Wait, is this this is Riften? Okay, this
No,
is Riften.
this is Dawnstar or something. This isn't Riften.
Oh, Riften. We were just okay. This is Dawnstar. You're correct. This is where I drove you crazy because he was like, just go straight.
Yeah, I was trying to tell her where the secret chest is next to the mine, and she went like, "Oh yeah," she just ran after I just said, "Just go straight ahead, next to the mountain," and she ran off to the docks and like, "I see a boat." I'm like, "Yeah," because they put mines in the surf, don't they?
And I'm like, I don't see a mine. Yeah, and then and I was like,
I was losing my patience that day.
yes. If you want to hear Steeg having an emotion, if I had taped that, you would have heard his emotions. But not as bad as the mining incident at the house. But and I kept going, there's water. There's a boat. There's water. He didn't bonk me on the head. The good news is he is very far away, but he definitely you could hear his soul slowly dying.
All you had to do was listen when I said go straight ahead. That was it.
And I failed
Like,
in my mission.
listen when I said that and just believe what I said was true.
I don't know why I didn't just go straight.
I don't know.
It was at nighttime. I was having trouble seeing.
No, you didn't. The place was brightly lit with northern lights.
This story is getting bigger and bigger. Potato Ribbon says, remember, Steeg, when they hit the heart of Lorcan with the hammer, the entire race vanished. Then an adventurer who claims to have met Dwemer in the realms of Oblivion.
No, they basically, well, all of them vanished because they tried to, what was it, create a god or something? And then, yeah, they vanished.
Well,
this was before, I think must have been before the arena game as well. Because
yeah.
there's no dwarves in arena or Daggerfall.
Okay. More than I know. I'm trusting all of you about this.
Well, basically in Skyrim, you don't hear too much about it. You'll find the Dwemer ruins, right? So you know there's been, and you find dwarven armor, which is oddly enough, the dwarven armor fits humans. It shouldn't really, should it?
You're right. It shouldn't. It shouldn't at all.
Yeah, it should have been, because it would have been made for dwarves.
Yeah. All right. Ancient One says, have the game modified where we start hearing quotes from Steeg. No, you don't. The adamantium tire with the Numidian. Oh, this is Greek to me. I'm trusting you on this. Yeah. All right. And they talked a little bit about Morrowind. I think the Dwemer disappeared after angering Azura. Oh, I remember Azura. You know, one of my favorite bad gods, and I'm not even sure if I know what I'm talking about. The one where when you get drunk in Skyrim and you're challenged to a drinking contest, and then you wake up, you like trashed a temple, and then it turns out that there's this. It was like a joke that this Daedra god, I can't even pronounce his name. It's got a big long name. And then you get this thing that looks like a rose and you can summon him. I found out that out of all the things you can summon in that game, he's one of my favorite summoners. He actually kills things. Sometimes he'll summon things and it just doesn't work. It's like they just sit around and go, oh, I don't know what to do. Or like your helpers. The helpers don't help. They usually just get in the way. I rarely have helpers in this game. Thank you, Sanguine. He's cool. Thank you so much. Ancient One says, must be a special kind of armor where it can adjust its own size. That was that was the thing in Magician, wasn't it?
It could have been.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, excellent. Thank you, Potato Revan. Yeah, their height as 12. Reason they are dwarfs. They met the giants and called them the dwarfs. Ah, well, there you are. All right. Let's see. So this is Dawnstar, the site of my shame.
Have you seen Anvil in Oblivion?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, you're like, who else? I honestly don't know. No, let me Google that. Let's see. Anbil.
Yeah, Anvil.
Oh, guess what happens if you Google anvil? You get an anvil. I should have put Oblivion. Oh.
You can buy a house in Anvil.
Oh, I love buying houses. I've bought all the houses. I've built all the houses. I like the one in Riften. You've not bought the one in Riften, have you?
No, I like to build them.
Okay, fine.
Because they're bigger.
Okay. I hate it when they make Elder Scrolls in modern times. I'm going to tell the Jarl. Okay. Deep says, are you checking out Beyond Skyrim?
I don't know what that is.
I don't know either. I might sound very ignorant. I am far from being an expert. So that's why I like these streams. It's like, you help me on this. Is that the one that's on the online? That's not online. The online is just called Skyrim Online, isn't it? Yeah. This is Winterfell. I like Winterfell. It's
not Winterfell. That's in.
Oh shit! I'm just gonna shut up. I am sounding really ridiculous. The cold place. What the
Winterhold?
Thank you, Winterhold. I'm gonna have to put on the dunce hat. This is what happens. I mean, I won't lie to you. My time, it is 11:30. I had a long stream, so my brain cells aren't quite working. Are you checking out? Okay, Beyond Skyrim. It is. Bruma says Beyond Skyrim. It's a mod for Skyrim. Oh.
Yeah, it's Bruma is the northernmost town in Oblivion, or rather in the Imperial province, Cyrodiil, and there's a Nord town way north called Bruma.
Oh. Well, thank you. Potato Revan, when you hit level 80, you meet the Ebony Warrior. He is a god from another pantheon who wants to go with his love to where the Nords go when they die. Well, where nerds go when we die is to Skyrim, because it's Skyrim heaven. Where the Nords go when they die, he is the hardest boss you will ever fight, as he can fight you with equal powers to your thumbs. I have fought him, and I have defeated him. Yes, I have.
In Oblivion and Morrowind, you ran into Umbra, which I believe is some kind of creature that possesses someone, and has a kick-ass sword named Umbra, and you get a kick-ass armor.
Ah, well, there you are. You heard it here first. Nice. And it says, oh, I obviously cannot pronounce this one. Wormstooth is another great mod.
Yeah, I always avoid the story-based mods because a lot of the people who write them simply can't help themselves and do self-inserts. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. I've also had some trouble with mods. You got to be careful because they will get buggy and crash your game. We'll get to maybe some of our favorite mods in a second. But Soul Assassin, this is a great question. What do you all think happened to the Dragonborn after the game? They don't really tell us, do they? Apparently, in Oblivion, the hero became Sheogorath. The Morrowind hero goes overseas at Akavir. Yeah, we don't go anywhere, do we? We just hang out and do side quests.
It'll be a loosely explained thing in the next one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they tend to leave it kind of open ended because they don't want to take control of your character.
That's fair.
So they do, like, rumor has it the character went this or that way or something like.
Okay. Yeah, Deef is saying that everyone's telling me how to pronounce it. Rerum's tooth is very well done. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I always have a little story in my head that goes along with my character. So, for example, when I played the Khajiit, I decided to have him just like end up, where was it? Not in Morthal, wherever the place was. Usually the big house that's by there. And when I played the, gosh darn it, what's it called? The one that can breathe underwater, looks like a crocodile.
Argonians?
Thank you, Argonians. When I played the Argonian, I had my headcanon that she had married the guy at Winfeld and brought him with her to Riften, and they bought the house, and they ended the game on the little balcony thing overlooking the water of Riften, right by where the fishery is and everything. And they just look at each other and they go, oh my gosh, here we are, that this is our dream. Their dream was because they like to live in the water and they like to fish. So they lived happily ever after in Riften. I played a really snobby character called Marigold. She was a high elf. And her happy ending was living in that big mansion in solitude.
The Argonians, Khajiits, and Orcs were not playable races until, I think, the third game.
Oh.
In the first one, the Argonians were called lizardmen, and they were considered monsters. So basically just enemies.
Well, there we go. All right, Deef says the only proper player character for Skyrim is a Nord. Oh dear.
Well, it's given that they've gotten rid of so many, benefits and all that stuff, that you got from the races. Nord is actually the one that gets you the most in the game because you'll have a cold resistance. There's a lot of cold attacks, in the game. But from Oblivion and backwards, you had the strength, endurance, stats basically like you have in D&D, but they removed it because they said it was too complicated for the target audience. So they dumbed it down.
Like everything else, apparently.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh, shoot. My proper microphone hasn't been working all this time. I hope people have been able to hear me okay. I do apologize for that. Okay. Yeah, now my proper microphone's on. Hopefully that'll sound a bit better. When you say dumbed down, though,
overly simplified.
Overly simplified. But see, I'm exhibit A for that because look at how much trouble I have with it as it is simplified. I'm not sure I would do very well with it more complicated. So I am that dumbed down generation. And I am not ashamed, but I see your point. I mean, it is true.
Basically, what happened when they did that, and the only thing you do when you level up is pick a perk. 5 or 6 out of 10 times you play the game, you'll end up with the same character. While in Morrowind and Daggerfall, you had tons of options. You had skills for almost every weapon, and including weapons that are no longer in the game. So you could play as a warrior using a staff to fight with, or use a spear. You could play as a wizard using fighting with a staff. All kinds of stuff. I think they've even gotten rid of the unarmed fighting now. That used to be a thing.
Oh. Well, that's annoying. Well, maybe the next game will find a happy medium between the two of that, if it's ever done.
Back in the day when they made role-playing games and role-playing games got a sequel, you had more options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right,
now you have less and less and less.
Yeah. Potato Reverend says, my headcanon for my high elf is he is living in solitude where he became the Lord Commander of the army where he lived out his days. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was where my high elf was too. Yeah, solitude. Soul Assassin says, learn enchantment skills and power up your armor and weapons to be unstoppable. It has been perfectly fine. Well, thank you. Corey Cochran, hi all. Well, hello there. Thank you for being here. Deef says, I still get excited when my character performs a finishing move on a dragon. Oh, yeah, that's awesome, especially when they do the one where you end up like on top of its neck, and then you just, depending on whatever weapon you have, and you kind of stab down in it. I also like the way it is that when you kind of kill the last character of the group that you're fighting, it gets slow motion. And I remember the first time that happened, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it was so exciting. It's a little awful because you're usually beheading someone, but hey, they had it coming.
Yeah, Skyrim is the first one that had that. That was a great addition, actually, having finishing moves.
Mm-hmm. And Witcher group.
Sorry. Back in the day, you didn't even know if you did a hard hit or something, because it was all based on your skill with the weapon. So the animation would show you hit the character, but you wouldn't do damage because your skill was too low. Hmm. So you would look like you hit, but you actually missed.
Oh shoot! See, your life would be one long misery if I actually tried to play those games, because I would just be bitching and complaining the whole time. Let me see. I'm going to sneeze, so I'm going to mute myself delicately like a lady. Speak while I sneeze. He didn't speak, damn you. Okay. 10 like hype. We had the awkward sound of silence.
Yeah, I was reading the chat.
Oh, well, thank you for reading the chat.
Yeah.
Stealth Archer is what most end up with as an op. Yeah, there is an unarmed fight. That is true, there is, but it's not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not a skill, and you don't get perks to, you can find some gloves, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And there is one aspect that I believe is completely unrealistic about Skyrim. I usually play a delicate little pretty girl, really skinny, got all the fancy stuff. And when she does the brawling, she can punch the living daylights out of that big guy. And I'm just immortal. And I'm like, that's not possible. That guy would have one punch to my face and I'd be down. It would be down.
That would not have happened in Morrowind, because in Morrowind, every character in the game has a level. And it doesn't matter what the level you're on. But in Oblivion, they started doing that stupid level scaling. So everything levels up when you level up. Basically, in a way, you level up the whole world. Which means leveling up is actually pointless. because at level 5 you'll start getting slightly better equipment, right? And everyone else has that equipment. Then level 10 something happens, so you basically just you get better weapons and all, but so do everyone else. So it's like I actually beat the main quest, the main story in Oblivion as a level 6 character. So it was kind of stupid because it's like, okay, so the world was in such peril that it took a level 6 character to fix it. Nobody else could do it.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen in Witcher 3, the other game I'm playing. Well, I'm playing it for the first time, and I've been playing it for about 6 months. It's on and off. Unfortunately, my folks do not have an Xbox at their place, so
you have to talk to them and hang out with them.
Well, that too, yes. Hey, how dare we? But I just mean that I can't play Witcher 3 when I'm there either. Soul Assassin, my headcanon for my Nord mercenary is that he traveled elsewhere seeking adventure, perhaps, after defeating Alduin. Hey, that's awesome. Potato Ribbon, I went upright against an ancient dragon. I pressed my wrong button. I went from legendary Daedra armor to a cloth jacket. I was like, oh crap, I was sent to see the gods, lol. Yeah. And something Elder Scrolls Online is a time before staffless magic. Only the Talmar can do it. So when you want to do magic, you need to switch staffs. It's annoying.
The Elder Scrolls Online is also not canon, I believe. Certain events, though, will fit the timeline, but it's not canon.
Oh. Okay.
That's what they said, though, because people got pissed when they did the online game instead of Elder Scrolls 6.
Okay, now that makes sense. It's the George R.R. Martin of. It's like, give us.
Yeah, they've actually spent as long as George Martin has getting a new entry, because 2011 was the last George Martin book. That's when it came out, and 2011 was Skyrim. Well, 11.
Huh? The more I was more right than I thought I was, but it's the same thing, they were like, well, we're doing Fallout this, we're doing Fallout that, we're doing Starfield, and I'm like, but what about Skyrim or Elder Scrolls rather? Deef says also one they fear is a blood pumping music track. Okay. Beard of Liberty. Why, hello, Beard of Liberty. Nice to see you here. I love this game. The amount of hours I've logged is embarrassing. Oh, no. Hold my not beer. It's ridiculous how much Skyrim I've played. True story. Steve got me to quit my job and buy an Xbox, and the rest is history.
She still has an Xbox, still doesn't have a job.
Well, technically, I do contract work as a musician. But yes, I do not. And I've never been happier. I have another, I told you so, from advice I've gotten from Steve, but I'm holding off on it for reasons. Potato Ribbon proceeds to see. Oh, well, no, unless you're talking about me. No, I'm a lady. Yes, Miss Martin Music should get the lady. Oh, I know you want this so bad. Look, you want this so bad, Ancient One, and it's the saddest story you've ever heard, because Lady Toriel and I have been trying to get together again to do another royal stream, but it's she's having some technical issues with her Wi-Fi. I promise you will be the first to know. Yes, Miss Martin, you should get the Ladies of the Tea Party podcast going, featuring Lady Toriel and other AFK Bard. But yeah, I bet you. I don't know if she wants to talk about or if Bard wants to talk about royals though. But we're all in favor of tea. We're all in favor of tea. Back in the day, we happened to be streaming together, Bard and I, and it was Hayden Christensen's birthday, and none of the dudes showed up. This was during the Corona Diaries days, and so it's like, we're going to talk about The Chosen One, and it was just like one picture of Hayden Christensen after another. It was ridiculous. So maybe we'll get tea and do that. But yes, I
Yeah.
promise
Oh,
you.
and Potato Revan is correct. The Elder Scrolls Online is in fact canon now. It wasn't supposed to be, but it is now. So they've gone back on it,
Oh, well, there you go.
which
Okay.
means the Elder Scrolls universe now has canon characters named I owns you 666 and stuff.
Some technical difficulties.
Yeah.
See, this is where in
And
my sorry.
so, which is kind of weird because that means the period where that game takes place, nobody actually died. Everyone just respawned.
Hmm.
So it's a time of immortal people.
Oh, well, why not? Uh, this reminds me again why I am almost anti the word canon at this point, unless you're talking about the books of the Bible,
Yeah.
because it I think um and nothing against anyone here, including myself, because I use it as well, but it can cause more trouble than it's worth
Yeah.
sometimes.
Especially when the people owning the IP are unclear
Yes.
on what's canon or not, or if they, contradict themselves.
Hmm.
Because let's face it, George Lucas did contradict himself quite a bit when it came to the EU and even the Clone Wars, right?
Hmm.
But Lucasfilm, though, was clear on what was canon or not.
Correct. And what we now call canon used to just be what the creator did and the creator said, because even some of the contradictions from Return of the Jedi, between Return of the Jedi and A New Hope, from a certain point of view, it can work. My attitude has always been, it's his story. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and I think if you at the end of the day, uh, just stick to your personal canon.
Yeah. Yeah, you
If
can't.
if you feel this and that fits and that doesn't fit, you know,
Hmm. Precisely.
there's too much focus on canon.
Yeah.
The word canon. It's like, and it
Well, I know what
yeah,
you're saying. I'm not anti-canon, and I don't think you are either. But what it boils down to is just enjoy what you enjoy.
yeah. Don't let it get in the way of your enjoyment.
Right.
That happened to me. I let that happen. But
Hmm. But
yeah,
you're a recovering canonist.
yeah, and people seem to think that just because one franchise was very focused on canon, or rather, one franchise's fans were very focused on canon, that means all the other ones are the same.
Hmm.
They're not.
No, no.
When it comes to Tolkien, the books written by Tolkien are canon. That's it.
Yeah.
And when it comes to the Witcher, the games are not canon at all. The writer has said that the real story is the books, and the games are a very good optional continuation of the books.
Hmm. Yeah. And I'm loving the game, and let no one take that from you. Yeah. Um. Let me see. Unless Teresa is a vampire in real life, or no? Well, wait. I have played as a vampire, and I played as the vampire master things. I wanted to get all of the perks, and it was so much fun because I created a character just to do that, and I just went around killing everyone and sucking their blood and doing all sorts of awful things. Also did it as a vampire. This is kind of badass. Deef says, I use a mod which allows me to use the sword I own in real life. Nice. I don't own swords. That would be dangerous. The only sword I have is because I'm a real Disney shill. I actually am a true certifiable Disney shill. The only thing is, I never sold my soul for him. I still told him what I thought. It is a letter opener size sword, which I will not publicly say what kind, but it is safely in a case where I cannot accidentally stab myself. I'm not allowed to have sharp objects around me, not because I'm Muamidal, it's because I am clumsy. I always have been, unless you put an instrument in my hand. Max bow skill with max sneak plus armor enchant make the game way too easy.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, because usually when I play Skyrim, it's kind of like need to get sneak up to 40 so I can sneak attack with a bow,
Mm-hmm.
and then after that it's just and also get the bow skill up. But after that, it's just
It's too easy.
every dungeon in the game is easy as hell,
Mm-hmm.
and most dragons, if they're resting, you can get a sneak attack in on them with a poisoned arrow or something, and they're almost dead too
Mm-hmm.
before they even.
Yeah, even the dragons. Yeah. Potato Revan, has a game made you cry yet, Miss Ron? If not, one will. Well, no, I maybe you weren't here at the beginning. This one has made me cry. I was so mad I cried. And I forget what it was, but I was so frustrated.
No, you got lost in a cave.
Yeah. Okay, was that? Because, Steve was there to witness it. Or at least to hear it. And Witcher 3?
And I would just want there. I understand how you feel and I support you.
And he's somehow still alive. At least you didn't say you're getting hysterical, madam.
I think I have said that though. At some point, probably.
Not to me. I don't think you've said some other things, but we're not going there. All right. The Witcher 3 almost made me cry the other day. I had to stop. I forget what I was so frustrated. I think it was I couldn't find.
Oh yeah, the way to climb up.
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. What after? Oh, don't get me started. It was so frustrating. I was supposed to leave this place and there was nowhere to go.
Except the place you came in.
Shut up. It was bad. It was bad. All right. Ancient One says, and that's the one unfortunate downside with Elder Scrolls. Oblivion, everyone else levels up when they shouldn't be. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Leveling up in Oblivion is completely pointless. Yeah, you'll get cooler armor or something, but so do everyone else. It's like,
Okay. Yeah. And I had gone forward to get your comment, Potato Reverend, so I had gone back. So yes, we did. Yeah. And at the end of the day, like I said, you can make whatever you want canon. For example, if my head canon is that Eowyn dies young and Faramir decides that I'm his one true love, fight me. That was Tolkien's incentive, even though he died before I was born. Oh, this is a good point, I think. They should have done, but far better than allowing a non-player characters to level up alongside the player character. Yes. And then Soul Assassin, I think they said they'll start working on Elder Scrolls. Oh yeah, I don't believe those bastards.
Oh, that's after they've done DLCs and expansion packs, and
they lie.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that they probably started writing it, right? And they're probably going to use the Starfield engine for the next Elder Scrolls, because they usually do that. When they did Skyrim, they had Fallout 4 use the same engine, right?
Yeah.
And when they did Oblivion, they had Fallout 3 use the Oblivion engine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking Starfield is going to use... Elder Scrolls 6 is going to use the Starfield engine. But I don't know. Am I the only one who's not really that fired up for Starfield?
I I guess I'm kind of fired up for it, except I don't care. I don't have any reference for it. I think I'm more invested because of like what Deef says. Skyrim is arguably the greatest game ever made and is in fact a modern day mythology. It's great. They've done books. I don't know if they're any good.
Yeah, they've done two of them. They take place after Oblivion, I think. I have them.
Oh, well, all right. Well, maybe one day we can talk about those. He's talking about Lady Toriel. I may have some advice. Well, maybe. I don't know the total details about Toriel's. I hope all is well with Lady Toriel, says Soul Assassin. Well, we love Lady Toriel here at Miss Martin Muses. She is amazing. And yeah. Yes. Okay. One of these days, though, we will hopefully be able to have that royal sequel because we really did enjoy. If you've never seen the dark evil side of me or Lady Toriel, you heard it on that stream when we were talking about the royal family. Beard of Liberty, Liberty. Nearly 100 life days logged in Steam, and who knows how many back in my old Xbox 360. And I'm not proud of that. What do you mean you're not proud of that? Amen, hallelujah. You should be proud of that. So who else can bring up the ladies' tea besides Lady Tora? Well, I don't know any other women that are into the royals the way we are. I don't know. And I don't know if Bard is. I don't know if Bard is into the royals. I know Steve doesn't give a rat's rear end. I'm not sure any dudes I know, frankly, give a rat's rear end. Want to talk about Catherine's clothes and certain twats. We spent a long time talking about a certain twat. Potato Ribbon, I got a week ban. Oh my gosh, from Elder Scrolls Online for making a very bad. Oh dear. I'm not reading that out loud because remember, I'm sucking up to YouTube, but are you shame on you. See, that's why I tell people I don't play these online games or the ones where you talk to different people because I can't handle mean talk. I know that there's lots of things you'll hear on there, and I think it's ridiculous. So when people are saying they need to make it nicer, it's like no, just people like me just need to not go there. All right. Oh, here we go. Potato Revan is speaking of being mean. Listen to this. You're a Disney shill. Unsub, burns, PC smashes, modern burn house of creams. F you, Disney. I wouldn't do that joke. I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah, even I'm a Disney shill now for buying the old Star Wars EU comics in an omnibus.
Yeah. Though technically an Star Wars shill or Disney shill is someone that actually benefits from it. Like you get free stuff.
Yeah, or you promote it and help sell it. Like for example, if you buy the Star Wars books on Audible and share from them all the time and say it's good.
Well, or books, but like I've done that with books, but this is, like I said, this is where the company actually does it. Like what they did with the Rings of Power, where they gave all those people the free vacation to England, a tour of Oxford, and they took them to a castle, all these things in exchange for favorable press. Like I said, but we never gave. Well, never mind. Not going to go into detail there, but yeah, I got some cool stuff. And I am not ashamed. Every man for himself. And anyone who says otherwise is a liar. And that's kind of a little bit, I think, well, liar might be a too harsh a word, but that's what we're kind of saying. It's like, listen,
I think
everybody's a shill. Nobody has integrity.
I think the word shill has completely lost its meaning.
That's true.
It's being used as the, kind of like the racist card at this point.
Yeah, because it's being misunderstood as like if you support it or if you're a sucker or something. But technically, shill is the accomplice of a hawker, gambler, or swindler who acts as an enthusiastic company to entice or encourage others. Shill in slang means A confidence assistant, but oh my gosh, there's an etymology behind it. Oh my gosh. Publicly helps or gives credibility to a person or organization without, okay, this is it. Without disclosing that they have a close relationship with said person or organization.
Yeah.
They can carry out their operation. Sorry.
Apparently, I have that with Disney. Go figure.
Well, that's okay. Everyone. Hey, I already, as I say, you only give people power if you allow them to. We know the truth. I'm the Disney shill. Because, yeah, you can carry out your operations in areas of media, journalism, marketing, politics, sports, confidence, games, cryptocurrency, other business areas. And though, to be fair, it was about 10 years ago. Okay, obviously I'm not now. Total different circumstances. Hey, Miss Martin Muses Steeg. Hello, Jaluk. Thank you for being here. Corey Crocker, no feel bad, Miss Martin Muse. I still play an Xbox 360 and our PC. Phyllis said, I still remember getting addicted to Witcher 2. Replayed it constantly to get all the achievements and play every story. Darn right. Reading the Destiny lore about Saint 14 and kids where they tie a ribbon on him for his horrific deeds after thousands of years. He still remembers all their names and solitude burned time to get back to his boyfriend. Oh, to get back to his boyfriend. Nope, I don't care about it. Not at all. You need a god tier PC. Okay, I think I'm missing some of these comments. I think that we jumped. Yeah. Well, what all this? What it all boils down to: live and let live. She is actually one of the elves who interacts with humans. Check out Lady Toriel. Yes, please do. Soul Assassin, I agree with Lethal Lightning that Elder Scrolls should have had an anime or TV series.
Fuck anime.
Oh, yeah. Well, Steve doesn't like anime.
Hell no.
But don't listen to him. Okay.
Well, every damn male looks like some metrosexual blogger.
Tim on your left. Hello, Tim's Talk. Yeah, he is a lookalike for Kylo Ren, and I'm like, more power to you. And if I come into a lot of money, I will pay you to cosplay authentically Adam Driver in the last duel in the final battle. That would be a badass thing for you to do. If I looked like Adam Driver, I would be doing it too. Hello. Hi there, Soul Assassin. I just look apparently like an Irish person. I have Irish face syndrome. I'm a paid shill, still waiting my checks though. Thank you, Tim's Talk. Thank you. So do we Ancient One. So we find out that Steve Kenobi has a secret video where he transformed into a cute fuzzy squirrel, and we see the ladies pet him and feed him. Oh my gosh. How did you know? He's been spying on us. How did Stieg know that metrosexual bloggers look like? Something to tell us, Stieg? No, you see them on friggin' YouTube. Trust me.
Yeah, YouTube and Twitch.
And their stupid avatars.
Yeah. All of the soy boys tend to have like anime avatars.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I mean, not every anime, fan is a weirdo, but every weirdo has a damn anime avatar.
Yeah. And the one that really annoys me is the one where they make themselves look like cartoon characters. Like they'll be like smiling real big, like their mouths will be open, like they're a friggin' Muppet and not a human.
Yeah.
Hello, it's Tommy and the... Oh, sorry. I just wanted to acknowledge Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective is here. Please, friends and neighbors, sub and watch his stuff. Sub and watch his stuff. We're all on that final push to where we need to be with monetization, and I think we can all use all the support we can get, or we could just support each other because we're nice people, or some of us are nice people. I'm sorry, Steve. What were you saying?
I don't know.
I don't know either because I interrupted you, but I interrupted you for Tommy.
That's perfectly fine.
It is perfectly fine.
Tommy's a good fellow.
Yeah,
everyone goes sub to Tommy though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Actually, were we talking about shilling and money? Oh, Adam Driver. I don't know, but it was all pretty awesome. Yes. This is a shot from the beginning of Skyrim. Thank you, Soul Assassin, for putting the link in there. This is the beginning of Skyrim where they're about to be executed, and there is the Jarl, the leader of the Stormcloaks.
Yeah, voiced by the main Viking in the 13th Warrior, who's actually from the Czech Republic.
There we are. And this is where they're like, and what's your name? And that's how you come up with your name. You create your character. Yes. Yes, we all need to look out for each other.
In Morrowind, you start off on a prison ship and you're asked your name. And then once you get ashore, you get to tell them where you're from. So you pick your race. And then after that, you go inside and you do like an interview, picking what star sign you were born under and, your skills.
Mm-hmm. There we are.
Yeah, and in the fourth game, you start off in the dungeon in the Imperial prison. The only one where you don't start off as a prisoner is actually Daggerfall.
Well, you heard it here first. I've barely played Oblivion. I got frustrated and quit because I suck that way. But you know what? I've never said I'm a gamer, by golly. I like to play games. Actually, isn't that what gamers used to be? Just people that like to play games. Since when was it a gamer? Like maybe it's Twitch.
I don't know. Everything needs to be classified now. It's odd. Because now it's, female gamers and male gamers. And in my opinion, that's not even a thing because all the women I know that play games play the same games guys do anyway. So it's not like they're any kind of different,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of what games they like. And
yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the rise of things like Twitch and stuff and marketing, self-marketing. Now, these are the tavern clothes. The ladies' tavern clothes are really cool. The guys, I mean, I looked at
if you think those, those tavern clothes, you can, in the vanilla game, you can only find like 2 of them because they're sexist.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daggerfall. See if I can find a picture.
Yeah. Are you thinking about the one with the lingerie? Or there's a mod where you can have lingerie in Skyrim, not the.
Oh no.
Okay. Dagger.
Thinking of.
The lingerie looks really weird when you're playing a Khajiit. I just got that to say. Or they're Nargonian. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'll find you some pictures.
Okay, thank you. Oh, Steve. All right. You heard it here first. Stieg has given us some pictures. Oh, look at that. Oh, let me share it for y'all. Let me stop the screen. Let's see. Share screen. It's a little bit small, but that's okay. From Daggerfall. That's pretty. Kind of slave Leia thing going on there.
Yeah, women looked like women in those.
Yeah. See? Who knew? Soul Assassin, do y'all remember the innkeeper in Riften? She was the town bike. Her bed. Oh, I've not been into her bedroom. Interesting. Her bedroom has a lot of kinky stuff in it. Well, I heard it here first.
The innkeeper, wasn't she an Orgonian? No, sorry, that was a tavern keeper. There you go. Yeah. There's two more Daggerfall.
Okay. And
the fan-made remake that they have for free on GOG has less. Well, they clean up the graphics. It's not pixelated anymore.
Yeah. Okay, let me do the sharing here. Yeah. I think that there's a lot of either intentional or unintentional sex kind of things in there that have become a bit legend. Let me. Like the guy, do come back. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. Let me. The guy in Whiterun who runs the store. I'm like, that guy is a perv. Speaking of, well, there you go.
I think that there's a quest giver actually.
Well, she's definitely given something.
Yeah, imagine the outcry if they did that today.
Yeah, probably not. She was a Nord, says Soul Assassin. Okay. Ancient One, also the same ladies were also eating all the guinea pig treats and petting him. Oh, gee. Hey, and his guinea pigs are real, though. They are not a legend. Hi, Adega Outlaw. Thank you for being here. Lusty or Argonian Maid is volume 1 and volume 2 is legit. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. But
Heck, in Morrowind, you have a dark elf who has like 4 daughters or something, and they're his concubines, and they're all female clones of himself.
ew.
So he's made female versions of himself to use as concubines.
That's pretty sick. Oh, I just see what you did. You didn't spell out the word to get in trouble. Okay, yeah. That's pretty messed up, Stieg, actually.
Yeah, it has a lot of shit like that.
Yeah.
Not that it, adds much, but
It's fun. All right, well, seeing someone just randomly comes into my stream, it's like, what the hell happened to you, Teresa? It's like, I lost all that's good and wholesome in my life. All right, let me stop the screen here. Share the screen. And then I think the next picture I have here is a fan favorite. Do, do, do. It sure is. Look at her. Look at her. It's none other than Lydia. I don't know why she's a fan favorite. I've gotten very angry at Lydia a few times because she wouldn't get out of my way.
yeah, Lydia and the werewolf lady with the companions, I've noticed, are very popular.
Yeah, Ayla.
Yeah, Ayla the Huntress, voiced by Claudia Christian from Babylon 5.
I love her. Yeah, she does get in my way. Wasn't she? She was the one who got in my way and got me killed. And I was so mad. And you're like, let the anger flow through you. I mean, I was so mad. Yeah, I hate her. Yes, he peeped me out. Lydia is a pain in the ass without mod, says Soul Assassin. Okay. Well, you can get enhanced Lydia mod.
Yeah, and holy crap, Lydia was. Every time I exited a cave, having explored it, she goes, "Look, a cave. I wonder what's inside." Like,
Yeah.
we were just inside, bitch.
Yes. Yeah, Ayla Huntress the baby. There are cosplay things of Ayla the Huntress and the Tavern Wench and things.
Oh yeah.
Don't ask me how I know, and you can buy them, and they're usually actually quite efficient. Not too expensive. I got so mad at her, says Potato Rim, I sacrificed her on that altar. But I'll do it again. I need to do that. Oh my gosh, when you usually it's the elf guy I do because I have no more use for him, but maybe one of these days. That's a good way for her to go. Especially after she got in my way. But when she's not in my way, I'm okay with her. I just learned you just leave her.
Just wait until you play a Fallout game and get the dog.
Oh no.
Yeah, I had like a whole hallway full of mines, and I was having to disable them individually. Then the dog walks in, detonates the whole fucking hallway.
Oh no. Well, my first husband, it was Vilcus. and there was a bug, so he kept like disappearing, and then he would show back up again. I said, if he shows up again, I'm gonna kill that cheating bastard. I had that in my head that he was off cheating. So he finally does show up. So I take him out into the water and I murder him, and then I drag his body out. It's by our house in Winstead. I've seen some really good Skyrim cosplay at cons, some hardcore fans, and it's pretty. You can wear pretty things. The guy's stuff isn't pretty. I don't think it's very attractive. Actually, a lot of the guy clothes, if it's not armor, it looks very effeminate. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but, just keep the men in armor. Oh my gosh. I blasted her off the top of the mountain and the bitch came back to me. That was when I sacrificed. I'm like, no, you're dead. Oh, didn't you tell me that some people like blast off like goats off the mountain for fun?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Use the shouts when you're heading up to the Greybeards.
Okay, well, I'm going to kill me some goats next time, but I've got to stick with The Witcher. I've got to stick and finish this Witcher. At this point, I'm going to be playing it till I'm dead. I'll be like 90 and I won't have finished it. Potato Revan, if you marry her, you get her simp in your house. It's weird. He won't leave. Yeah, I have married Lydia once. Hey there. Why, hello there, Zach. Thank you for being here. We're talking Skyrim. Everyone's saying hello. Yeah, first do them goats. Yeah, I want to do the goats. Do you mean Homer simp? Oh, dear. I'll tell you, the Headless Horseman is a Easter egg, I guess, in there. And I was forever I was trying to find that thing, and I finally found him outside of Riften, out on the path at night. It's pretty badass, and I got a picture of him.
There's a ghost ship as well.
Oh, I'm not sure about the ghost ship.
No, sorry, maybe that's in The Witcher.
Oh,
I don't know.
Could be. Now there are a few other homages, like to Poltergeist with the chairs stacked up. That's the way it is in that one Daedra quest, the one in Markoth. I always like doing the serial killer one, the Blood on the Ice, because serial killers. I don't like serial killers. Let me rephrase that. I like to watch Discovery. I didn't Very Scary People, especially with my father. That's what we do when we bond. And let's see. Yes. Okay. No, I have not played the first two Witcher games. I started with Witcher 3, the Wild Hunt. I think, Steve, you've played all of them.
I've read all the books, played all 3 games, and read all the graphic novels. So I think I've probably done everything.
Huh.
Maybe. Unless I'm missing something.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And I did finally get all of the books. For the win, Steve found a set of I put them out on Twitter. They're based on the video games, and that I've been told once I get around to reading them.
They're not based on the video games.
No, I'm sorry. Maybe I misspoke. The covers were based on the video games, and
No, not the ones you got.
Well, then who? Yes, they are. Okay, who were they based on then?
The characters in the books.
I know, but wasn't it using?
No.
The Witcher guy looks like the guy from the game.
For the novels?
Yeah, the one that I got, the one I took the picture of.
Are you thinking about the game guide?
No. Okay, maybe I'm sadly mistaken. Forget everything I said, because I may not know. I could have sworn that those were the way the characters looked in the game.
Well, they looked like that in the game too, because the game actually followed the source material.
Okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
They do have novels that are basically have artwork from the second video game and stuff, but the ones you have do not. They're regular cover art.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm completely wrong, but I've been
Yes.
told. Oh well, hey, I admit it at least. I'm not going to get all pissy about it. The you said yes too fast. But I guess it is true. I was wrong. The third game is the best. The first two have charm. Yeah. So I've heard, but I've
Yeah.
heard. Yeah.
Easily the third one is the best. But ever since the first game, though, they they always listen to the fans because the combat in the first one is shit. So they improved the combat in the second one, and then they were like, "Yeah, it's not completely great yet." And then I also wish it was open world, and then they did it.
Imagine that listening to the
Yeah,
fans.
yeah, giving the fans what they want.
And then, oh, gee, when you do, guess what people are going to do? They're going to buy them, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so ridiculous. But I've been told that once I do get around to reading the books, I will recognize it from the video game. But first, I think, well, I haven't decided if I want to go ahead and finally read The Wheel of Time or read the Witcher books first. I don't know which ones I want to do.
Oh, the Witcher ones are quicker.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I think when I start Wheel of Time, that's going to be like half my life.
Yeah, that's 14 bricks.
Yeah, if I hadn't broken up with that dude, I would have finished them a long time ago. Yeah, I was bitter. The guy that got me into them, we broke up, so I stopped after the first book. If only I could go back 20 years ago, I would have caught up. And here is, I don't know if it's a particular character, but this is Whiterun, and it looks like
Lydia.
Yeah, Lydia. There we go. Yeah. And in front of the gate, I really like Whiterun. I have a lot of fondness for it. People are LOLing. I don't know what you're LOLing about, but I'm judging you. Let's see. Bitter, Miss Martin. I don't believe it. Hey, never underestimate. Live this way. I showed him I didn't read one of the greatest fantasy series of all time. Go figure. Look how petty women are. It's like it's so stupid. It was 2001.
Well, to be fair, if someone keeps yapping and yapping and yapping about the same franchise or book or movie or something, you will get put off by it. And all the noise around the Snyder Cut put me off.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Snyder verse. I liked the Snyder Cut; thought it was great, but it's all the crap around it, right?
Yeah, it made you tired of it. Yeah.
Yeah. It basically just made me tired of the noise about it,
Yeah, and
But I'd still give the Snyder Cut itself an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I thought it was fantastic, but yeah,
I enjoyed it too. But yeah, it's just not worth it. I mean, and if there is a bad association with something, I guess I'm not completely petty.
Imagine if you're a person that actually liked The Last Jedi. At this point, you'd have to be put off by it simply from the noise, right?
Yeah, or just go and hide.
Yeah, it's just.
Yeah. At least Miss Martin didn't burn the books in anger. That's true. Actually, I just gave them back to him because I felt like they were his. That's a nice thing to do. I'm not going to steal from someone. I mean, wouldn't that be awful? Burning someone else's books? That's rude. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what SJWs do.
Yeah, burn your own books. Just don't burn. Okay, I think these are.
Yeah, and then they buy the books and then burn them. The author gets the money anyway.
Oh yeah, no, that's funny.
So they're technically just paying. They're paying money so they can virtue signal.
Yeah. Well, those are the last of the screenshots that I have of the Elder Scrolls, or rather Skyrim. It's loads of fun. It's loads of fun. And I haven't yet gotten sick of Skyrim, and it's pretty amazing because, see, I got it in May of 2020, and I've only really taken. No, I haven't ever really taken a break. Except now that I'm really sticking with The Witcher, I need to finish The Witcher before I go back to playing another character in Skyrim. So, yeah, let's see. I've got a lot of. It's really odd the kind of things that will be held for review. Like, we're just talking about Lydia. We're allowed to hate her. Soul Assassin says, "I'm thinking of replaying it now. Yay! We helped you." Yes, they have the new one, which is good. Oh, I now know what I wanted to do before we finished off. Steve, what are your favorite mods with Skyrim, or I guess it could be any of the other games, but I'm familiar.
The one that the lockpick one.
Oh yes, actually, out of all of them, that's
Yeah, because the lockpicks got annoying
fast
after a while.
Yes. Yeah, so you can get a mod where you just basically take your joystick and just make it turn, and then it's done.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the picking. I think the other one is Rich Merchants is a good one.
Yeah, because the merchants that's been a problem in all the Elder Scrolls games, especially in Morrowind, because none of the merchants could afford the more expensive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
They had no chance.
Yeah. And another one is the stash. Oh, there's a story there. I frustrated you with that one.
Yeah, the one in the only stump about.
Yes, I couldn't find the stump. And I'm like, where's the stump? But it didn't look like a stump. It had
Yes,
like grass. No, it didn't. It had grass and stuff on it. But yes, I found it. And what that mod is right when you leave Helgen after you've been through all the tutorial, there's a stump where there's 50,000 coins. So you can start off with money, which is really, really helpful, especially as you're going about doing what you're doing, and then when you get a chance to get the house after you kill the first dragon, you have the 5,000 coin. It really helps a lot. Soul Assassin says, "I like to craft anything, and the Thieves Guild mission mod that allows you to choose which cities you want to rob." Oh, I'm not familiar with that one. Yeah, so the rich one, those are the ones I always use. You have Enhanced Lydia. You like Enhanced Lydia, where Lydia is basically going around dressed like a slut the whole time.
No, only when she's at the house. She'll put on the tavern wench clothes. Other than that, she's wearing clothes, armor.
Okay.
Yeah, she's not supposed to wear armor inside while cooking. She's supposed to be scantily clad like a slut.
Well, there you are. Okay, I've not tested that out because I did once play Enhanced Lydia, but remember, I don't like to take her with me because she gets in my way.
I usually take her with me until I build my first house, and then I'll have her as a steward. Because at that point, she will have gotten the good equipment that I don't want.
Yeah.
Instead of just having the steward be, armed with a shit sword.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and speaking of cooking, yes, lots of recipes and things to cook. I have the Elder Scrolls cookbook, and I've done one of the recipes, though it wasn't completely accurate, even though it was the official cookbook for the Elder Scrolls, because it didn't have any meat in it.
You know what's
Um,
kind of shit though with the Elder Scrolls games and a lot of other games as well. Um, the payment you get for quests,
oh, you
you
don't
get
get it.
almost nothing. You
No.
know, there's no incitement to do quests because even when you do the Daedric ones and you'll get a Daedric, you know, hammer or something, it's always worse than the one you already have anyway.
Hmm. Yeah, the only reason to do those is if to collect them and then you maybe put them in your house in an armory thing and on display. The only one that I found useful is the sanguine rose, what I said earlier. Cooking videos, Teresa. Yes, I'll do more. I'll do more. The potage de magnifique was amazing. It just didn't have meat in it. And to be honest, if it had meat in it, I may not have eaten it. But it was really, really good. I made
It's supposed to have meat though, because the option you get is diced horker meat or coins.
I know. Well, take it up with the people who wrote the recipe book. It's the official one.
It's some fucking blue-haired vegan just trying to poison people. Say, yeah, I feel this, you know, this mutton pie should really just have carrots in it.
Oh, no. You will find it under my cooking thing. Oh my gosh, Steve, that's wicked. But maybe true. It was good though. I made it for my mom and my dad and me for lunch. Really good. Good soup. Okay, now we oh no. Oh no. Yes, ancient one, all of that is true. It's true. All of it. Another mod I like is the lamppost one that just gives you a lot more extra light.
The map one,
The map one too,
because the original map has, you know, clouds moving.
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, it kind of makes it hard to see sometimes where you're going. It's like, come
Yeah.
on, why not just have a fucking map, not
Yeah.
a bird's eye view of the world?
Precisely. So it's a mod so you don't have to deal with that. Those are the ones that I always have. And then there's two seasonal ones I like. I like the pumpkin one, even though it might be out of world or whatever. So what? So in around Halloween and up past Thanksgiving, I have pumpkins everywhere. And
Oh,
then
the
oh sorry.
pumpkin pie.
And so yes. Yeah, Steve's obsessed with that, saying it in a southern accent. And as usual, it makes me doubt God's love for me when I think you can do that in your second language. But also, there's a Christmas one. And I know that's really out of character and all that for the world, but I don't care. So everything has Christmas decoration and candy canes, and there's like presents everywhere, and you can open them up, and in there there'll be like jewels and money, as well as some Santa Clauses. So it makes it all look so festive. And if anyone out there could pretty please make a Valentine's Day one and a St. Patrick's Day one with shamrocks, I would really appreciate it. I looked, I couldn't find it. And only one more like for the 20 like hype. So who will give Miss Martin the current lifestyle? Oh, well, thank you. I do appreciate that. Ancient one. And oh, you can get one with the pets of Skyrim, I think, where you can get extra pets. Is there those are ones I use. Is there any ones that you like to use that you haven't brought up? I'm trying to think.
No, just the one that puts less clothes on Lydia because she'll be my pet. But
Oh,
other than that, no. I wish I had one that disabled the fucking kids. They annoy the shit out of me. And the only thing that works on them is you can do a shout at them and send them flying, but they don't croak.
and you want to kill them.
They're annoying.
I agree. They are rather annoying. So that's Steve's wish to kill more children. There's also a few cool ones where you can have like some extra houses, but those actually are kind of annoying because it's like how many houses can you really have? Once I played on their survival mode, I did it once to say I could. It got quite frustrating because you can't.
It's just tedious.
It was tedious. You can't fast travel, but it was realistic so that if you wanted to go somewhere quickly instead of just walking or riding your horse, you would need to use a carriage to go places or the boats. So, and kind of good, I
You know
guess.
what you should have had in it? A canoe, so you could fast travel on the rivers.
Hmm. Yeah, well, they do have where you can rent the boat where you can go between what Dawnstar, Windhelm, and Solitude, but I never thought about the rivers. Oh, the new one lets you fish. That was the other thing that they've added on the extra special edition, which is okay. The actual fishing isn't very exciting, but there is a quest along with it, and you can at the end of the quest get a water breathing necklace so that you can breathe underwater. So if you're not playing an Argonian, I've found that very useful. And I find it fun finding all the fish. I like little scavenger hunter kind of deals with those. So that's a lot of fun. Let me see.
Uh, Red Dead Redemption 2 had fun fishing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got to play that next after Witcher 3. My goodness. I'm never going to get all these games played.
I don't think you'll get lost in that one, though.
No, I still get lost sometimes in caves in Skyrim. It's absurd. Absolutely absurd. I'm trying to marry everybody I can and to.
Oh, there's a mod that lets you have several spouses.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You can be a polygamist.
Oh, yeah. I have like 6 of them.
I'd like Eric the Viking.
He was based off a fan who passed away.
Oh.
So they made a character that he got to name and put him in the game.
Oh my gosh, I did not realize that. That's sweet. Yeah, he's a cool character.
What I'm afraid of, though, is when they do the next one, that they're gonna amp up the fan thing and have all kinds of, YouTubers and shit like that be in the actual game. Because you have that lady that keeps singing the Skyrim songs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of worried they're gonna put her in simply because she has a huge fan base. Because they did that with Dragon Age and Mass Effect. They put that. What's her name? Felicia Day. She had done a Dragon Age fan film starring herself, and lo and behold, in the next expansion pack, she's in it, playing the fan-made character, which was horrid.
Well, it takes you out of the story, doesn't it?
Yeah. And they had I guess a YouTuber or something got to play a reporter NPC that joins your crew in Mass Effect 3. They put her in there and she looked like herself. And I'm like, come on. All it takes is to suck up to the developers and you get to be in the game.
Yeah, that's really shameless and despicable. And I'm looking at how I can get it done right now and make one based on me. Because I'm shameless. No, I know what you mean. It's But that's the way of the world. I'm not sure about this Soul Assassin. He says, y'all remember that old woman who got a character made for in Skyrim. Stig, you know anything about that? I'm not familiar.
Oh, Grandma Shirley. I don't think she got made in Skyrim though. Or she should get a character.
Yeah.
Because she just loves the game. She's never been out for personal gain or anything. You know?
Skyrim Grandma.
Yeah, and she writes little stories too, set in Skyrim.
Mm.
And she reads them. Put her in it, or a statue of her, or something. That's fine. But those self-serving,
It's,
narcissist people that just want to be in the game or something just to boost their egos, no.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That reporter from GeForce says Soul Assassin was put into Mass Effect. She was a wasted character.
Yeah, that was the one. Jessica Chabot or Cabot or something. Yeah, they just put her in there because these people have a lot of fans and they're progressive. Let's put her in. And yes, that was a wasted character because basically you're out saving the galaxy in a military ship, and you get a reporter with you.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yay,
No.
20 like hype. Yeah, screw them all. Well, I'm trying to think of.
You also need to get into the Fallout games, though.
Oh, I started Fallout and then I got a bit frustrated. wait, I'm seeing a theme here. I was getting frustrated though, and I think I stopped. Well, I know I stopped.
Yeah.
I know lots of people really, really like it, and my sister likes it, and she thinks there's something wrong with me that I didn't get past the first quest thing. I love the aesthetics of it. I'll give you that. And I guess I should say, do you have a particularly favorite quest, a main quest or a side quest?
In Oblivion.
Oh.
Where you have to join a party at a mansion or a house. And you have to kill all the other guests without them knowing you're the one who did it. So you can sow discord, and you can learn shit about all the characters. And you have one guy who doesn't like Nords or something, and there's a Nord in there, so you can kind of make them suspicious about the Nord. And eventually they'll start fighting each other, or you can just go in and kill them one by one. And then at the end, though, when there's only one left, you can rub it in his face and go, "Yeah, it was me all along."
Before you kill him?
Yeah.
Nice. Wow.
That was a fun one. And there's also one in Oblivion where you basically get tricked, and the listener who gives you the missions. Well, in Skyrim, you become the listener almost right away.
Yeah.
But in Oblivion, you're not. You have the Lucian LeChance, that's his name. You can summon his ghost in Skyrim. Actually, it's part of the Dark Brotherhood stuff. You get like a spell if you do one of the missions correctly. But he basically tells you, that there's a traitor, and we have to wipe out the whole guild. So you have to kill all your friends in there.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's wicked.
Yeah, you have to wipe out the whole guild, and then it turns out shit. Some psycho infiltrated, and and you find him in a lighthouse, having sworn revenge on the Dark Brotherhood, and he wants to kill the what's the name? The Night Mother.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he wants to kill the Night Mother.
Oh, she's creepy.
Yeah, and you find his home in a lighthouse, and he has his mom's skull on a shrine, and you find his diary, and you can see that he's gotten more and more psycho until the last entries are barely even coherent.
Oh, nice. When you said that about the shrine thing, it reminded me of Jason's mother and
Yeah, it was a bit like that actually. Maybe it was even a throwback, right?
uh-huh. Oh my gosh. Well, I like the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim, but I hated Astrid so much, and I was so happy when learned she was a traitor, and I got to kill her. That was just so satisfying because she's a horrible, horrible person who needed to die.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then,
in Oblivion, you get poisoned apples, which actually works on all kinds of people. You can just put the apple on a table, and eventually someone's going to eat it.
then you get to poison him.
Yeah.
Soul Assassin likes the Wolf Queen missions. They got
Oh,
outlaw.
yeah. So some of the missions in the later games involve the undead versions of people you run into in the earlier games. Like if you do the Mage Guild quest in Oblivion, you eventually have to kill off a character named Manny Marco, who is who used to be a necromancer. Now it's like a shade thing. He gives you quests in the first game,
Hmm.
or maybe it was the second one. It's one of the two. So yeah, between the games, he's turned into an undead thing. And some of the books, the skill books,
Yes.
are written by him.
No way.
Yeah, it says Manny Marcos something, and I was like, yeah, I got that reference.
Huh. It's all connected.
Yeah, it really is. And the Glen Moran witches
Yes.
who are hag ravens,
Oh yeah.
they are in Morrowind before they became hag ravens, so they're good looking women.
Oh. Yeah, you have to use their heads to cure yourself of the wolf.
Yeah.
Ah, that's clever. I really wish, and I know it's horrible, 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 but I really wish that all of the games would be like so I could play them the way it looks on Skyrim or something, you know?
Well, they are doing that with Morrowind and Oblivion,
Yeah.
but I think probably you won't get them on the console. One is called Skywind, which is Morrowind and the Skyrim
Mhm.
engine, completely remade, and one is Skyblivion, so Oblivion and Skyrim.
Yeah. I think it's only PC. I would hope that it would make it only because just I'm a bad gamer, not a purist, and I just want to have fun with it, you know. But I have obviously when we saw what we saw with that arena game, it's like, come on, you know, it's totally different. Um,
Oh, it's way more hardcore as well. You die 20 times before you get out of the first damn dungeon.
oh, so it would be a very unpleasant experience
Oh,
for
you you,
everybody.
you wouldn't like it.
No, and you wouldn't like hearing me bitch about it. All the other one's like, don't let her play. Oh, yeah. Well, if something's too hard for me, I, it's just not fun. And I understand that for some people it's all about the challenge. That's not the way it is when I play video games. So,
No, which is fine.
yeah, I like it simple. All right. Well, I'm winding down here. It is very late. It's nearly 1 in the morning, and I'm getting too old for this. So, I'm gonna wind down this party. Steve, where can we find you?
Right here on Saturday.
That's right, Master Magician.
Well, that's it. Second last book stream we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Or penultimate.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because someone wasn't.
I didn't hear it when you said that.
Yeah, yesterday. Sorry. Yes, the penultimate one. It is the end of an era. It's a little bit bittersweet, but we were ready. We've been doing it almost every Saturday morning for 2 years, and it's also good for the OCD in people because we're ending on an even 10. But that doesn't
Yeah.
mean we won't be doing more maybe book discussions every now and then, but just not every week. And there'll be a
Yeah.
one time we get.
If you do something for 2 hours every Saturday for 2 years, eventually, even if you like it a lot, it'll
Mm-hmm.
still start to seep into being a chore.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. And and people have changed, things have happened, and sometimes you just need the weekend. But that's also the good news is that by making it, it's just going to be part of the fantasy tavern thing every now and then, and we can do it whenever we want. It doesn't have to be Saturday morning. Let's say if we want to do something Wednesday evening or Wednesday evening after Mara stream. I don't try to stream opposite Mara. So okay, so Magician Master, we're going to be
Oh,
continuing with
next week, Mara and I are doing top 10.
top 10 what?
Top 10 TV show intros, and that includes animated shows as well.
Hmm.
So, top 10 live action and animated TV show intros.
Nice. And
And yeah.
it's always loads of fun because everyone in the chat can participate as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure what kind of top 10 we're doing next, but that'll be in a month. We usually try to do it the last Wednesday of the month, I think. And the first Wednesday of the month is the Cringe Factory, which we used to do every week, but then we realized, shit, this isn't making us any happier.
No, too much cringe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And of
it's
course,
it's it's always more fun to talk about stuff you like than stuff and then why you don't like that stuff over there. And I think that kind of ruined Star Wars for me as well because I was fine talking about stuff we like, but eventually every conversation ended up with, yeah, Disney ruined this and that, and this is how, and which is true. And I certainly did that many times as well. But it's eventually it gets old, and if you think about it, right? If you're let's say you're rightfully bashing Disney Star Wars, uh, think about that, and then fast forward 10 years. Do you still want to do it in 10 years, right?
yeah.
Because while the goal is, well, I'm not even sure what the goal is anymore, but it hasn't moved.
No.
It's still at the same spot it was when The Last Jedi came out. So the efforts haven't done anything, sadly.
No.
So I'm like, no, I'm gonna focus on stuff I actually like instead,
Yeah.
and let others take care of Star Wars the way they want to.
Precisely. Yeah. Yeah. Staying more a little bit on the positive side of life. And, I'm not a stupid Pollyanna type person, but yeah, sometimes you just you need to do what's good for yourself as well. Let's see. And anything else? I don't think I mean, you'll find Stieg every now and then. Like, for example, tonight, it was like, hey, I'm going to go live. What do you want to talk about? So sometimes we'll do something like that. Or, I don't know, you show up on Tommy's channel sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tommy's channel is fantastic for retro toys and Transformers, and holy damn, the guy knows what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. And of course, you can find me here at Miss Martin Muses, where I talk about what makes me laugh, makes me cry, makes me happy, makes me sad, or just really ticks me off when I'm not very tired. Let's see what's going on. We pub crawl may not be this Friday for reasons, but please stay tuned. And if I don't go live with a pub crawl, it'll be something else. And next week, I've got on the schedule Lyrena Creole and Biggles Mets, Nina Infinity. She is the week of July 4th, as well as Drunk 3PO. We're just trying to find a slot, I believe, in July. So please stay tuned with him. And of course, loads of other guests that you will see and not see. Out here, I love the fact that we can just share what we like. That's where the guests get to choose the subject, and I think that's great. And it seems that people are having loads of fun with that, and that's what makes me happy. Is there anything else I've been doing? I don't think so. Not really. Just please, if you have, please go ahead and continue watching my videos, helping me with my watch time kindly. I would definitely appreciate that. I'm racking up the watch hours that I need to get to my goal. So again, I thank you. And of course, I wouldn't be anywhere without all of you who do come into the chat and participate. We've had Ancient One, we've had Court Cochran, Soul Assassin, Ancient Adiga Outlaw. Tommy was in here. Zach's popped in. We had Potato Revan. Ancient, I already said Ancient One. Let's see if Bone came along. Chrysanth was here. I know she had to go to bed. And let's see, if I miss anyone, it is not intentional. It just means that the chat has jumped and it's very difficult for me to see. Tim's Talk. Oh, Tim Talk came in. The lookalike for Adam Driver. And let's see. Everyone's saying, yep, Nina would be the other lady. Oh, you want Nina to show up on the tea party? Well, I don't know if she likes to talk about royals either. I guess we could.
Of course she would. Her name is Nina Infinity, isn't it?
Oh no!
Ancient One is onto something.
Yes. Oh no. Oh poor Nina. Nina, get ready. We don't have to talk about the royal family though to have tea. We could talk about something else. We could indeed. Have a great one, y'all. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, Adiga Outlaw. Everyone. Oh, look. Thank you for putting Tommy's link in the chat again. And I think Steve, I don't think has any content, but thank you for putting his link in there.
I used to have, but no point in subbing to my profile. There's nothing on it anymore, or everything's set to private because I got tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
So sub to Tommy twice instead.
There you are. Well, thank you everyone for being here. Have a great day, and be certain to play the Elder Scrolls.